We're joined today with Dave Heller, Vice President of Safety and Government Affairs for the TCA. Dave, welcome to the show.
Hey, it's always great talking to you guys. You guys are a blast. This is going to be a great time.
He's ready to throw the curveball already.
No curveball. Actually walking around talking to a lot of people in here at the TCA, and it's like we mention your name because, you're our inside guy. They mention your name, and the first thing they all want me to ask you, do you like Heineken?
There's
the curveball.
That's the curveball. I went down. I didn't swing it down.
So no, seriously, in all seriousness, we talked when we were on the show a couple of weeks ago about what you do and about being out on the Capitol Hill. What are you working on out there for the trucking industry? I know you're a big part of what's out there lobbying for the right things. Let's talk about truck parking first.
Yeah, let's do it, right? That's the number one issue with drivers today. That's their biggest stressor, if you will, is finding a place to safely and securely park that truck. And it's driving them crazy. They're losing about 56 minutes per day.
It's crazy.
Looking for a parking spot. There's one spot for every 11 drivers on the road today. So it's clearly a stressor, and they shouldn't have.
Well, here's my tip: is quit looking because it's not there. We got to get it. It's not there. Yeah. Stop wasting your time.
It's not magic. That's why you're out there. Are we going to get the bill on something are we going to get it attached to something?
The bill's got to get reintroduced, which is good, and it will.
No,
it's kind of a bipartisan issue, so everybody's getting behind it because they realize the essentiality of the professional truck driver. Yep. So that's the most important thing. It is, yeah. I mean, we're delivering everything, right? We're delivering bread, water, food, medicine, you name it, and that makes the truck driver the nation's most needed commodity right there, so that they can continue keeping America moving. I think we will get truck parking. Infrastructure got done, approps got done. Now there's going to be some discretionary funds available to the states that may look to throw that at some truck parking issues. It's important to do that.
So they're going to use that. So basically you're thinking it's going to be done statewide and it's not going to be done nationally?
Well, there will be a state-by-state process, but we still need the national fix without a doubt. They need a home on the road when they're looking to turn the engine off and get some sleep or get some comforts of home, and I think they need those facilities.
Y'all do a great job up there talking on Capitol Hill. Let's talk about the TCA. What is it doing for? We're here. We're at a great conference. Who are you? We're here having a great fun time, and we're not real sure. We got a lot of programs going out there. What is it y'all do, really? What's your mission statement?
Turn your cameras around and look at everything that's going on, right? We're a trade association whose collective sole focus is the truckload segment of the industry. Right. So 70% of this nation's freight moves by truck. 78% of that freight is on a truckload carrier. So we're the big dogs. We're hauling all those miles and traveling all those miles across the country, hauling every kind of freight there possibly is. So we're just a vast segment of the industry, and we represent that segment through trade shows like this, which allow carriers to come and see the wares, new technology that they may get exposed to put on their fleet. We want to improve safety in the industry and get our carriers to perform at a safe level. Remember, the job is to move freight from point A to point B and do so safely. So we want to educate carriers and provide them insight on how to improve their operations and be more productive. So we're doing a little bit of everything, and again, being the voice of Truckload on Capitol Hill.
So going back to the Capitol Hill, does Washington, or do they get it more today than they did 5 years ago? Or is there still a long way to go for them to see what we do?
Oh, they're getting it. They're getting it today. They really are. I think the message is really starting to resound out there. I think our legislators on Capitol Hill are starting to say they're seeing the value that the industry brings. And then the question is where does it go from here? Yeah, we have to get truck parking dollars. We have to figure out ways to make the driver's life easier. And that's basically what we're looking to do.
So as we talk to not only all the truck drivers out there on this show, we talk to the industry as a whole. What do we need to do as an individual or as a group? What do we need to do? Do we need to get a hold of that senator, that congressman, and say, hey, pay attention, listen to what David's out there telling you, because I need you to find out, I need you to be pointed in the right direction.
Of course, and you guys aren't shy. By any stretch of your imagination, nobody will ever accuse you of that. And that's what it is, right? Using your voice, as an industry, we're massive.
Absolutely.
And we have a voice, and we need to use it. And use that voice on Capitol Hill. Use that voice with your state officials. Use it with your federal officials. That becomes the mantra, the calling card, because then they can see what the industry really needs, and truck parking being one of those top issues.
Wow. Yeah, and you do make a difference out there on the road as well. What you're doing out there, the way you act, the way that you represent, and we talk about that, right, the image of trucking. Listen, we've got to keep our image up better than it's ever been before. We've got to make sure that we're doing the right things on the road, because then when you go to Capitol Hill, listen, we want to be there to make your life a little easier so you can get some of these things done. Our image, we have got to continue. We must continue to focus on our image because everyone looks at us.
Oh yeah, we're not hiding behind anything.
Yes.
Right? We're the front of the line. Everybody's going to notice the 80,000-pound truck that's going down the interstate, without a doubt. I mean, it's not a small vehicle by any stretch of the imagination. So we have an image to build, an image to uphold, and an image that continues to grow. And I think the whole COVID environment had shown how valuable the professional truck driver was to this nation.
You know, I'll tell you what I've enjoyed the most out here at the TCA this time and walking around was invaluable networking of not only looking at everything that's going out here, but meeting the people behind this stuff has really made a great difference for me. And bringing them over here, interviewing them and talking to them really makes a difference. And I think y'all do a great job of pulling these guys together and putting them in a room and say, hey, figure it out, shake it up and figure it out together.
And it's a great show floor. I mean, there's tons of action, tons of people walking around. People are getting a lot of attention, having a lot of discussions, to say nothing of the fact, they're reconnecting with friends they hadn't seen in a long time too. So it's a lot of networking, a lot of peer-to-peer interaction, so they get to openly share ideas and maybe focus on some problems that they may have and looking for somebody else that has the same problem. That's kind of what this is all about. That's what a trade association does. It helps people solve problems, and that's what we do. We look to educate our membership, provide them with an environment where they can find those solutions.
Hey Dave, we appreciate what you do for the Trucking Association, right? For us, the truck drivers, the truck drivers of America that are out there. We appreciate what you do, fighting for us, fighting for our parking, fighting to make our lives a little bit better out here. Y'all are the backbone, and I think it's important that you know that we recognize it, right? And what Dave's doing when he goes out to Capitol Hill, he's making sure that they also realize that you are the backbone. You make it happen. We can't have what we have without you out there, and we appreciate, we love what you do. Dave, I want to thank you for being part of BCB Live, and you got to say it. Here we go.
Hey, you're watching BCB Live, the safest station in the nation.
Bam! Knock that one out.